Hey YouTube, so it's Friday morning, I believe the 19th of July. So anyway, we did the chicken coop over there. We just took out the straw and everything and cleaned that out. So Carmine's getting rid of that, and then he'll be back here. We're going to do some work on the sawmill today. We're going to oil up whatever needs oil and grease whatever needs greasing, and change some of the transmission, like put some transmission fluid on those wipers that are on it, and maybe do a little review on the sawmill. So Carmine will be back in a little bit.
Alright guys, so today we're doing a little maintenance on the Woodmizer. So one of the things you guys would want to do is you want to clean out the air filter. You don't want to blow this out, you want to vacuum this out, but then you want to blow this out because you don't want the dirt getting back inside it. And
blow this out too.
Yeah, you also want to blow out this as well.
Yeah, with about 35 pounds of pressure. Not a whole lot more, or else you'll be able to tear it. And then just put it back on there, because it's still pretty good. If it was really bad, like cakey, the sawdust was real dusty rather than cakey, so there's no need to change it yet.
And then we also checked the oil, but the oil is still good, so we're not going to do that. But we're just doing some little maintenance on it to make sure it keeps running good like it is.
You know what, you got to get the grease gun over here for me done too, because I got to grease a couple fittings.
Alrighty, I'll go grab that and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so I got the grease gun, going to give it to Grandpap, and he's going to grease a couple of the fittings. So I'll show you guys that in case you guys have a Woodmizer, so you know what you got to grease.
So there's a fitting on this valve thing right here.
Yep. Right behind the crank.
Looks like we might be out of grease. Looks like we're out of grease. Alright, you better stop that video.
Alright guys, so Grandpa's vacuuming out, like trying to get all the sawdust off of it. I'm going to take off these bolts here so that we can access these. You want a second? I need to grab another one.
And there should be another, maybe a socket in there.
Yeah, I got a socket. so now I got these off, and these are what helps the carriage move smoothly on the bunk. So we're just going to clean these off. So with your Woodmizer, make sure you take these if you're like having trouble moving it back and forth. This could be one of the problems. I'm not saying it is, but it quite possibly could be. So just make sure you clean these out every once in a while.
I'm just gonna put a little bit there and let them soak that up.
That's automatic transmission fluid. So we're just gonna let them soak up.
It helps to keep the rail so that so it can keep the sawdust away from the wheel that's in there. You know.
And then we're just gonna take them, put them back on, and then I'll bolt them back in.
Yeah. So look, one goes on one side. This would be on this side.
Yep.
And then the other one would go on the opposite side. So you can put that back together.
Alrighty.
Give me the wrench and I'll take it. Here, I'll give you this wrench back. You can tighten them up and you can take these two nuts out here.
Alrighty, so I'm putting these back on the same way they came off, so.
You want to make sure that they hit the metal, you know what I mean? Like, turn them so that they hit the... That's it. They don't have to be real tight either.
Alright.
You don't need a lot of tools to fix anything. They'll make sure they're fairly straight there, Carmen, with pads and all.
Yeah.
See, like that pad has to be pushed down on this side? Yeah, this side too. The pad has to go down, the metal has to come up. The metal should not be on the metal.
Okay.
Alright, the pad should be on the metal. You know, that should be tight enough. Just take the wrench and bump down on the metal thing on this side.
This?
Yeah, just bump it down a little bit. Alright, that should be good.
Alright, so this one is good. Now I'm going to move over to these over here, because there's ones in here and over there as well. Alright guys, so I took the bolts off. There was one right here and one the opposite on the other side, so this whole orange thing right here is going to come out. And then we're going to vacuum this out and then put some transmission fluid on this too. This whole thing. Alright guys, so what I'm doing is I got a brush and I'm brushing out all the sawdust that is like stuck in this. And some of it you're gonna have to scrape out. So I have right here just a little, not very sharp edge, but kind of sharp edge that I can run across. You can even use like a flathead screwdriver just to run across and like get most of it up. So we're just trying to keep it so that it's functioning like it should be, so that there's no problems with it. Now I'll show you guys right here. There's a good amount of sawdust in there, so I'm just going to scrape that out. And it's going to fall down and then I'll brush it. It's just a little bit of the sawdust with the water when you use it. Likes to get stuck. When you're doing this, you want to be careful. Well, unless you take the blade off, you want to be careful that you don't cut yourself. I didn't take the blade off, because I'll be alright. But not too bad, that's pretty good. We ran out of grease, so we're gonna have to get some more grease to grease some of the fittings that it has. Like here's one of them, and there's a couple more. But that's just something else that you should try and make sure that you do when you're trying to do the maintenance on it. So we're gonna have to run and go grab some grease then. Because we had the grease gun out and ready, and we realized there was nothing left in it. Alright, so now I'm going to put back on. I took off this orange strip here. So I'm going to dust off any sawdust right here. And I'm going to put that orange strip back on. It's just 2 bolts. I put the automatic transmission fluid on it. And then now I'll put it back on. Right here. So as you can see, it's got transmission fluid on it. So I'm going to take it, put it back on. Put it on, and we'll be alright. Now you want to try and make sure this is square. Whenever you tighten the bolts, Grandpa was saying, it likes to turn. So we're going to have to make sure it doesn't turn too much on us. Good right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start both of them so that one can't move out of the other place, so that they're where I need to be, so I don't have to loosen one later or something. To make sure that both bolts can go in without any fuss. I don't know if you guys can see, but it is like turning a little bit, so you gotta make sure you hold it in place. So that's about in place. When I let go and turn it, it can move as much as it wants. So we're gonna have to keep it in place here. I'll tighten it up a little more and then push it down and tighten it.
is it?
Good. Just gotta...
Yeah, you should push down on it a little.
Yeah.
You're loose now. Try and hold down on it when you tighten that. That's it.
Good. So finish putting in the other end.
Do we need to sharpen this blade up?
No, this is a new one.
You sure?
Yeah. We cut the only things we did with this were the 3 that were laying here, the 2 that were...
Oh, okay.
The 2 that were junk.
Okay.
Alright, so this is all squared back up where it's supposed to be.
Just take the vacuum can and kind of vacuum out where the... like the inside there, or did you already...
No, I'm gonna vacuum out it. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, so this is back on nice and square, and then I'm gonna vacuum up all this stuff here. And the inside from where I scraped.
So we've had this thing for 2 years now, and I have to say that I'm very pleased with what we've got here. Very few problems. Now the one thing that's wrong with it, and that's still wrong with it, is this belt here. There's a belt that comes down from the motor, goes around this pulley, an inner belt. It's like a double splice or double tongue belt. The one tongue is completely off, but the other tongue is still on, and it's been working. So I'm not changing it until it snaps or breaks. Other than that, in the past few years, we had some problems with the exhaust thing over there. It was a little loose. Tightened that up, had no problems with it. And there's really been no other problems except for cleaning it up. So for 2 years now, it's been a good sawmill. It's on its 3rd year of working. And I usually do this cleaning up probably once a month or so, I guess, unless I'm really busy with it. And there are a bunch of wheels on there, like you can see there's one I think right in here where my finger is. There's a bunch of other wheels that you want to try to keep the dust off of, or the stuff gets hard on there. But it's really not hard to take care of. The frame part of this thing has been working perfectly. The only thing I noticed the other day, I'll show you over here. The other day when I was moving the mill back and forth, I noticed that right here where they come together, a little bit of a bump here. So I'm going to grind this down so it's smooth so I don't have that bump. It's not much, it's just a little bit. You can see where it's shinier here than it is there. Other than that, I mean, it's been fine, and I think the way I mounted it, which is level, dead level, it's on 6x6s, and the 6x6s are on the concrete, I think was a great way of doing that, because it's just staying together very nice. So, yeah, we'll vacuum whatever dust you can off there, Carmine, like where the see that thing going across
yeah, the thing.
Yeah. I can't even think of the name of this stuff. Yeah, so to finish what I was saying, we have 2 years, this is our 3rd year with the mill. So the mill's been working really well. Occasionally you have trouble with a saw blade. The other day a saw blade we had put on, it wasn't even on a day, broke at the weld. Now I might be able to weld that myself, but I'm not going to fool with it. It's not worth my effort, because the blades aren't really that expensive. So I have a bunch of blades in there yet, but I will be picking some up shortly. But other than that, it just seems like a good mill. I really like it. Works very nice. Have no problems with the rope. Everybody was crying about the rope, and there's nothing wrong with this rope. At this point, if I had to change the rope every single year, it still wouldn't be an issue because it's not that much money. So that still works. Everything works on it. So anyway, guys, hope you're enjoying these videos, and if there's anything that we can answer about, the mill, just give us a call, or you can always, talk to the people at Woodmizer. Have a good. Okay, guys, that's that log. It's 16 foot, 24 inches down at this end, 28 or so up here. So we're going to cut this into boards, but we need to fool around with it to try to figure out which way we can cut it.
Alright guys, so I believe I know the camera had died after we already finished everything and we were sitting down for a minute getting a drink, but we have from that big log, the 28 inch, we have, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 1 by 9 and 12, so some are 12 and some are 9, and then we have 2 by 12 here. We have 1, 2, 3 of those. This one's not too good, but it's 16 feet long, so we can get 8 foot. Then we're going to cut 2 by 4s out of all these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to get like 4, should get like 4 out of these. 1, 2, yeah, we should get like 4 out of these. And depending on how the bark is, we're going to have to see. But we're doing pretty good. I just want to show you guys the temperature outside. That is 99 degrees Fahrenheit. And as you can see, all sun. We get a cloud every once in a while, but 98 degrees out. I want you guys to comment what the temperature is wherever you're at. You don't have to tell me where you're at, but just like tell me the temperature. I'm in Pennsylvania and it is 98 degrees. The long side down. Third side down. Don't give me a little. Alright. Let's throw one more in there yet. Side down. Which side? This side. Okay. WD-40. Can you grab me the WD-40 then?
Yeah. Hold on a second. Alright, go ahead.
Move you guys back a little bit to make sure you can see everything.
Weight on these because both sides are no good. get the chain off of that firmly, just so we can get rid of that chain. Down at that bottom end, from the middle or the end or that outside board.
What's outside?
Yeah, at the end.
Actually, this one's smaller. 10. 10. Alright guys, so that's just the 1x there that he's cutting. So we're going to count the 2x4s, just bear with me. Yeah, let me count these. Alright, I'm counting 28. So if you guys are counting something different, just let it know in the comments. But there's 28.
Put this one in the kiln, Carmine.
Yeah, 28. And this is a 1x, so this is going to get put in the kiln real quick. I already have stickers here, so if I hold up the door, you want to throw it in? It's 112 in the kiln, and it dropped to 96. No, what is that?
90.
91. It dropped to 91 outside. Alright guys, so Grandpa's going to run that over for all of our scrap. So that's our scrap. It's going to go on our scrap pile. And I'm going to do clean. The good thing about sawdust, it's not that hard to clean up. I just use a leaf blower, but sometimes it blows all over the place. I think we got done literally just in time. I'm gonna show you guys the sky. Looks like it's getting pretty dark that way. Right above us too, that's clouds. So we're gonna have to see. I'm just gonna worry about cleaning up at the moment. Let me start this thing. We loosen this. It's the blade. It allows it to like rest for the night. So that's it for cleanup. All I gotta do is blow it off and everything's nice and clean. You can see over here, there's still a little sawdust. I'm gonna use the broom quick and fix that. Otherwise, I think it's gonna start raining. But it has been like this all day, overcast, on and off. Nope, scratch that. Hear the thunder. It's gonna rain. Alright, so now I know in a previous video I had asked you guys to see what the tool is that we use to put the tarp over the Woodmizer in one go. So I'm going to show you guys that again, and I'm going to look at the comments to see if you guys can guess it. I don't know if anybody guessed it yet. It's not like some fancy tool or anything. It doesn't have like a, it's not something like that he made or anything. This tool is something that I'm sure everybody, or like 80% of the people, have at their own home. There you go, just like that. Pick it up. Alright, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to hop on the four-wheeler and go see where Grandpap is, because, excuse me. Usually whenever I'm done cleaning up, I like to go see where he's at. And it cools off from doing the cleaning. So I'm going to just hop on the four-wheeler and we'll go take a trip and see where he's at. When we come back, we're gonna take the cups inside, just clean up. I'm gonna move the cant hook, and that's a towel that we're using to wipe our heads today. And then we also have the chainsaw over there. That goes in the backhoe, so I can't put that away at the moment. I'll wait for him to get back. Yep, it's starting to rain. I'm feeling the drops. I'll be able to show you some in a puddle. And I don't know. No, it's kind of just started. Let's go ahead. It's getting really cool out. Give me a second, I gotta shift. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's just starting to rain. You can see the smoke. Grandpa's down there somewhere. There he is. Yeah, now these clouds right above us are starting to get some rain coming out of them. There he is. Alright guys, so today we had done the maintenance on the Woodmizer. We cut the big huge log and we got tons of wood out of it. What did I say? 28 2x4s, 10 1x, and 3 2x, I want to say 2x12. So we did pretty well today. And it is starting to rain more now. So I'm going to try and get the camera out of the rain. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it now. It is starting to rain. Come on, Grandpa. So he's gonna park that, I'll throw the chainsaw in it, and we'll be all right. Alrighty. So, as Grandpa pulls in here, move our tripod. I just want to say thank you guys for watching today's video. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to comment anything you would like to comment, any questions you may have. We will happily answer any questions you may have. And don't forget to subscribe as well. And we will see you guys next time. Have a good day. See ya.